Taurus, hello there, my beautiful friends. We're going to do your general tarot reading for mid-July 2026. Thank you so much for joining me today. You know I appreciate each and every single one of you. So let's get right down to business as always and start you off with an oracle card here, just so we can dip our toes in the energy and see what's happening for the lovely Taurus collective. I hope you're all doing fabulous and fantastic, my friends. Let's get it going here. My guide, spirit team, talk to me. What do we got for the beautiful Taurus collective in mid-July 2026? What energies, messages, insights can we take a little peek at? And yeah, we're just going to take a real quick look at this first card, and we'll get into the full reading itself. And at the very end, I'll pull you a bonus card from the Shadowland Tarot, just to see what might be in the shadows or what shadow work you can lean into, which is always interesting. Let's get it going here. Let's rock and see what we got for Taurus in mid-July. What's the vibe? What's the energy? Let's get this card out here nice and quick, my good friends. We're going to have some fun today. We're going to enjoy ourselves, read some cards, and see what wants to pop out. Okay, cool. Yeah, this is a very lay low type of energy, and I do usually connect this with Taurus energy, at least from the Tauruses I know in my personal life. This energy is like not really trying to make waves, right? Like that's how it seems. It's laying low. Now, there are other good aspects to this card as well, but I always feel pretty chill whenever it pops out. So before we fully dive into it, though, if you're new here, I'll be speaking about the July subscriber surprise towards the end, so you might want to check that out. And also, if you could kindly illuminate that like button by tapping it right on its third eye, I'd greatly appreciate it. But enough of the promo, back into the reading. Let's talk more in depth about it. So as you can see, we have this lovely lady. It looks like she's in costume, right? She has a little beak, little wig, and she is blending in with these birds. They look like storks, and maybe there's a little goose up there too. But the main vibe to me is like it's an energy that's not trying to stick out. It's like an energy that's in its own lane, doing its own thing, trying to blend in. So for some Tauruses, maybe this is someone you're connected to. Maybe they're laying low, or maybe they're hard to read, or whatever it is. It's like it's an energy that seems to be blending in and trying not to cause waves. So again, that could be a very good thing. Hopefully, if things have been a little turbulent for some of you, this energy is just doing its own thing in its own lane, minding its own business. That's a pretty good thing. But again, I would say if there's certain things you're trying to talk about with somebody, or certain things that you're wanting to figure out, like the energy just feels very, very quiet to me. So again, that could be good for some of you, others not so much. Now, the other thing I do link to this is aesthetics and looks, because this is one of the most beautiful cards in this deck, and especially with her wearing costume. So for some Tauruses, maybe you're changing up something about your look, how you present yourself to the world. So whether it's like a new hairdo, new clothes, physical changes, like there could be something about like how you present yourself to the world. But we're just going to let her chill right there. She doesn't want to be bothered, so we're going to give her some space. Let's get into tarot. And yeah, I always say that first card, it doesn't make or break the reading, it's just a little footnote. So let's get it shuffled up here. Let's see what we got. We're going to get you 3 cards in the upright before we get into that intuitive juiciness. Shuffle it up one time here for my Taurus friends. And while we get this deck shuffled up and ready to go, let's talk about last week's reading. So it was surrounding communication, and we did have a tower-like energy showing up, and the reading was titled A Shocking Talk. So just know, if one hasn't popped up, and shocking doesn't necessarily mean that it's a bad thing. It's just a little out of nowhere, or just something that could really intensify quickly. So just know, if that hasn't popped up, energy could bleed over for a couple weeks. Remember, we're just doing an energetic weather report here, my friends. Let's see what shows up this week. As you know, energy is very fluid, never set in stone. So only take this how it hits for you, because we could be seeing your vibe or somebody else, right? Let's get it going. 3 cards here for my beautiful Taurus friends. What's happening? What do we got here? Okay, cool. 7 of Pentacles. Yeah, the energy, it's chill. It's very chill, at least where we're starting. So totally different vibe from the intensity I was picking up last week. I mean, at least with this first card, you see that 7 of Pentacles. He doesn't look like he's too, he doesn't look like he's going wild, really. Let's see what else. Page of Cups, yeah, all right. I'm feeling a little neutral about it, my friends. So get one more out here. I hope that's not like an energy that's ignoring. Let's get one more. Wheel of Fortune, okay. Maybe we should be cautiously optimistic this week, my friends. The energy does pick up business, though. Like, it does pick up speed, especially as we move on. That's one thing I could absolutely tell you. Like, when we go from here to the end, it's like slow, medium, super fast. Like, it's like an energy just going like that. Now, let's go through. I'll give you some of the classical meanings and archetypes. Then we'll get into that juicy, intuitive stuff. But at first look, first glance, you know me, I always love to look at the elements. I feel like that's important. It lays a foundation, tells us how the energy could be flow. flowing. Now, this week, the elements actually work very, very well with Taurus energy. We have earth and water. Now, the Wheel of Fortune, I'm not going to get into specific elements. We're just going to call that major arcana. It's very rapid, so sometimes I give it fire, but we're just going to call this earth and water here. Now, the good thing about it is when I see earth and water together, I always think of blessings. I always think of abundance. It's just like watering a garden, right? If you have plants outside, you need to give it a little water and let the sun do the rest. Same goes here. Now, when it comes to earth, as I already mentioned, that's your power element, that's your comfort zone. Cool. Now, earth is predictable. It can represent stability, security. It's great when it comes for internal security and stability, too. There's something predictable about it. It can represent routine, day to day life. We think of work, home, family, business, finances. So, all the earthly matters, right? Home and family, all of it. So, I like earth for that. And the downside to Earth is that sometimes it could be a little too predictable, or sometimes it could be a little stubborn or very, very slow moving. But the water right next to it kind of picks up that slack, so to speak, right? Because the water lubricates everything. So we got the Page of Cups here in the center with the water. That's matters of the heart, matters of emotion, right? Partnerships, things, people, situations that we're emotionally invested in, things that we actually care about. It's great for the arts. It's great for creativity, thinking outside of the box. It's also the suit of intuition. So we think of subtle energies. Now, the downside with water is that it is a little unpredictable, just like the tides. They ebb and flow, they come in, they come out. And sometimes water can get overwhelming. But again, that's where the earth picks up that slack. So you see what I mean? They balance each other out. On the back end here, the Wheel of Fortune, powerful major arcana. Let's go through and start building this out piece by piece. Position number one, we start with the Seven of Pentacles. Now, we're starting very slow here, my friends. If it's even moving at all, right? We see our friend here, they're standing next to their garden, waiting for those pentacles to grow, just waiting patiently. So this is actually one of my cards that I link to gardening. I do also link it to nature itself. But the main overarching theme is patience, right? Like this energy is just kind of waiting to get that payoff in the end. And that's the best part of this, where it's like the patience pays off, the process pays off. That's the best case scenario when it comes to this card. Now, the downside to the Seven of Pentacles is it can be frustrating. It could be an energy that feels like it's waiting for nothing or that it's wasting its time. This could be an energy that feels a little stagnant. So watch out for that. And again, overall, it's just a pretty chill, relaxed, not so urgent vibe. So like that's different from what I was getting with the other earth signs this week. So that could be cool. But just watch out for feeling stuck. That's the big thing I always say with the Seven of Pentacles. Now, moving to the middle, we still do have communication and conversation playing a part, just like we did last week, because we move into the Page of Cups. Cool. Now, this could be a water sign, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. Pages, to me, I always say they're students. They're also messengers and communicators. And the one thing I love about the Page of Cups compared to the others is that this one is approaching with like an open heart, where it's like I'm just going to say what I feel, right? I say what I feel what I say. It's one of those. I wear my heart on my sleeve. That's what this card represents to me. Again, if you're not connected to a water sign, or if it's not representing someone younger, pages can also be similar to aces, where they can represent new, they can represent fresh. So I like it. I think it's really nice. But again, it could just be a conversation or talk. Now, what might be the downside of this page? It could get a little shy and bashful, where it's like, I want to talk about this. Maybe I shouldn't. I want to say this. Maybe I'll hold my tongue. So watch out for second guessing when he shows up. And notice, like, it looks like this page is offering this one the cup and this one's not paying attention to it. So that's odd, right? I always look at how the pictures face each other, and the page is like, here, take it. And this one's like, no, I'm busy looking at these pentacles. Now, moving to the back end, the energy does intensify rapidly, very, very quick. We got the Wheel of Fortune. Beautiful. It's one of the best cards in the whole entire deck. It's my favorite, right? This one is my four-leaf clover of the tarot deck. It's like I catch a lucky break. I get a lucky bounce. Something goes my way. It's just really, really nice. This is Jupiter energy. It's protective, it's angelic, and it's lucky. So I like that. So whether it's with a situation you're dealing with, hey, maybe you hit a lotto or something, who knows? Like this is just catching a lucky bounce, so I like it. Now, if we take away the luck aspect of the Wheel of Fortune, yes, it is cyclical. It is karmic. So it's funny, we have the Seven of Pentacles, which is a card of reaping what you sow. Then we got the Wheel of Fortune, which is also a card of karma coming back around. So again, watch out for cycles, watch out for things repeating, watch out for things returning, or there could be something karmic in the air potentially when this Wheel of Fortune is here. The only downside with the wheel is that it moves so quick. It's very sudden. It's very rapid. It still has like that explosive vibe to it. But I mean, going from the Seven of Pentacles to the Wheel in a short time, it picks up business quick. So I want to dive deeper on all of this, Taurus. Let's do it. Let's jump in and clarify. Okay, let's get a good shuffle here. What do we got for our good friends? And yes, this is where I go intuitive with the message, which means I just tell you how it feels to me. So feel free to do further research or rely on your base knowledge of tarot, because as you know, every single reading is about the reader's interpretation, and I'm just giving you mine. Let's go in on the Seven of Pentacles. Oh, and yes, if you're a reader yourself, please feel free to play along. That's why the box is here. If you're feeling any messages you want to give to Taurus, you can drop it in the comments. I don't mind at all. Okay, let's see what this chill energy is on the front. So what do we got here for the Taurus Collective? This energy feels comfortable. I don't know if this is you. I don't know if this is somebody else where like, no, this one's like, no, I'm cool. I'm cool with things how they are. I'm comfortable. I'm cozy, right? Like we got the Queen of Pentacles in the upright under the Seven of Pentacles. I don't mind waiting. I'm patient. Like the energy just feels very unbothered. Now, for some of you, that could be great. That could be the mode that you're in. For some of you, if there's a person you're dealing with that is acting very nonchalant and non-bothered, that could piss you off. It depends. It all really depends on your situation, right? But I think for some of you, it could be great. It's just had this energy since the very beginning, right? Like with this card and now all this, it's just like, yeah, no, I'm cool. I'm comfortable. I'm chilling right here. Now, I will also say this, if we put that intuitive message to the side, Queen of Pentacles is one of your power cards. Remember, it's not gender specific. She represents stability, blessings, and abundance, right? I always see her as similar to the Empress. So her underneath the Seven of Pentacles, could this be a blessing coming in? Absolutely. Could this be something paying off? 100%, especially with what we still have to come. So like, even if we put the chill message to the side, we got this big, massive energy of a payoff or a blessing. So I'll take it. I think it's very much claimable, and I don't think we need to overcomplicate it. But yeah, blessings, payoffs, nice, but I also get this very unbothered energy where it's like, no, I'm cool. I'm good. I'm stable. Got everything I need. I'm patient. I'll wait. It's like one of those. So we're going to keep going. That's a mood you're in. I mean, it feels comfortable to me. Let's see what's up at the Page of Cups. Let's see what he has. Because maybe, I don't know if this energy is coming in with good energy. I don't know if it's coming in to try to shake things up, shake things loose. But let's see what the Page has to say. How's the Page here? Thank you. It's like an energy potentially trying to get your attention too. So we have the Queen of Swords. That is weird. Okay, you know how someone, it's like they try to get your attention by like acting like they don't want it, or get your attention by acting like they're ignoring you. It's so odd. Like, yeah, this feels like a little bit of game playing here in the center, so I'd watch out for that. So the Queen of Swords has her back turned to the Queen of Pentacles. It's like these two energies are ignoring each other. Um, the Page of Cups and the Queen of Swords are totally different communication styles. Now, I'm not going to say this is a bad thing, right? But it does have that weird little energetic funkiness where it's like an energy that might just be saying nice things or trying to loosen you up, or an energy that's trying to grease the wheels, so to speak. So just watch out for any sweet talkers, smooth talkers in this time. Someone that'll just tell you what you want to hear. But aside from that, the Queen of Swords is usually very straightforward, right? She's straightforward to the point, big air sign energy, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, honest to a fault. But sometimes she can also be harsh. So like when I see the harsh Queen of Swords underneath the soft, kind Page of Cups, it's like, there's something not lining up here. So I'm not sure if this is someone that you're ignoring or trying to keep out of your mind, or if there's someone where they might be saying one thing and doing another. Just watch out for that. There's something funky here, um, especially with her with the back turned to each other, where it's like, okay, I'm going to get this person's attention by not paying attention to them. It's like one of those. It's so odd. It's like the more I don't pay attention to the person, the more they want me. It's so odd. We're gonna keep going. I'm not even gonna keep going down that rabbit hole. Let's go in on the Wheel of Fortune. Um, who knows? Maybe these are just people doing their own things. So, but yeah, watch out for the people that say one thing, do the other. I always think that's important, and I use that in my personal life too. When someone's actions and words don't line up, that should tell you all you need to know. Let's go in on the wheel. We'll see what the wheel has, then we'll do our recap before we get into the shadow. Okay. Yeah, this is like a very, very fast, like, return of some sort. So we have the world in reverse underneath it. And I think I mentioned it with the Wheel of Fortune that these two cards are very similar. They're very cyclical. They're energies that could pop back up. And remember, I was saying with the Seven of Pentacles, reaping what you sow, there is like this energetic loop that seems to be happening. And I feel like it was for one of the signs of, like, maybe one of the air signs, potentially Gemini. So if you're connected to Gemini, there might be something up there, because it's like this energy, it comes back, it returns. And even if you're not connected to Gemini, that's not the big make or break here. Notice the wheel, it's very quick, it's very sudden, it's always spinning, it's always moving, it's changing. That's the big thing. And I think I saw that for you a few weeks ago. But the world is much slower, right? The world is much more methodical, right? So they're very similar, but this one is very methodical. And although this card can represent an ending, it's not like the Ten of Swords. But when I see it in reverse, it's like, this isn't over yet, or there's like an unfinished situation. So that's like the big thing. Either there's something that's not over, it's an unfinished situation, or it is like a very surprising return of some kind, or big return, whatever label we want to put on it. I think that's the fact of the matter here on the back end. Okay, so unfinished situation, potential something not being completely over just yet, and then the energy that seems to loop back around, because I like half of the spread has looping energy here this week. So let's go through and do a quick recap, then we'll get into the shadows. Super unique reading this week for you, my friends. But if you kindly look in the box, position number one, we got the Seven of Pentacles, Queen of Pentacles. Cool. That could be a payoff, a blessing, as I already mentioned. But to me, it just feels like an energy that's standing its ground. I'm cool, I'm comfortable, I'm doing my own thing. I can wait. I could be patient. It's an energy that feels very solid, right? It feels solid to me, and I like that. This energy in the center could be someone or something trying to get your attention too, like Page of Cups, Queen of Swords, where it's like, I say one thing and then I do another, or I act this way and then my word, like the words and actions don't seem to align. Or it could also be one of those things where it's like, I'm going to get this person's attention by ignoring them, which is, I don't suggest that, but this, yeah, we're going to keep moving. On the back end, though, we have the Wheel of Fortune with the world in reverse underneath it. So again, there could be unfinished situations looming, lingering. This could be something that's not completely over just yet, that still needs a little more attention. But I do get this energy that returns suddenly or surprisingly. So please take a screenshot if you want to look into that further. Let's see what's in the shadows. And yes, I always like to pull a shadow card at the very end just to see whether it's something within you or something you don't quite see. Shadow cards don't always have to be a challenge, they could be a good thing too. So let's get you one. And if you made it to this point in the reading, please feel free to check out channel memberships. I'll put a link for it in the comments below. It's a beautiful way to support the channel, and I have much love for all my channel members. All right, let's get this shadow card out. What do we got here for Taurus, please? Thank you. Cool. Yeah, Five of Wands, lots of people. Now, the good thing about the Five of Wands, and it is one of those cards where I'm like, hey, you don't need to be an expert in tarot to understand what it means, because it's five people beating the crap out of each other with sticks. So it always makes me chuckle when I say it like that, but it's true. The good thing about it, it is a very determined card, where it's like, can't stop, won't stop. When I say something, I follow through. I'm going to keep pushing. So I love the staying power of a card like this. But this can also represent group drama, right? It can represent problems and situations. It can also be very confrontational. So watch out for any individuals that are a little too pushy, a little too aggressive, or especially watch out for getting pulled into other people's stuff when this card is here. So we're just going to put that five of Wands down right there, my good friends. That's what I have for you this week. Don't click away just yet, though. I'm going to give you the details. The July subscriber surprise. If you would like further insight on your situation, or you'd like to have a chat with me, you can book a personal session with me on my website, mastermetaphysics.com. The July calendar is up and spots go quick, so you might want to check that out. But for the July subscriber surprise, doing another winner's choice, I will choose 3 lucky winners to either choose a copy of the Gilded Tarot Royale, which is one of my favorite decks of all time. It's a must-have, or a handmade pendant from my website, mastermetaphysics.com. So if you'd like to get your name in for that, it's 2 simple things, as always, my friends. First, you must be subscribed, and second, let me know down in the comments, out of all the cards that showed up in today's reading, which one spoke to you the most, or jumped out to you the most, or resonated with you. You'll be entered to win, and at the end of the month, the winners will be announced in my posts tab. As always, my friends, much love, and I'll see you soon.